All right, welcome everyone to a brand new episode of CineFiles. I will be working on the intro momentarily. But with that said, welcome to today's episode. We're continuing the timeline on the MCU. We're up to 2010 Iron Man Part 2. And of course, I'm not here by myself. I have Jody, my partner here. And then, of course, we got Harrison, who did Iron Man 1. So he's coming back to do Iron Man 2 and 3 and so on and so on. So with that said, again, thank you so much for everyone that's joining us live or you're catching us on the replay. Again, if you're new to the channel, subscribe, hit the like button, hit those notification bells. I don't know why my camera is in this angle, but I'm just going to leave it for now. But with that said, I'm going to bring in Jody and the rest of the guys, and then they could go across, you know, where you can support those guys. With that said, Jody and Harrison, how you guys doing?
Hey.
All right, Jody, let everyone know where they could find you.
I think they know, but just as a recap,
yes.
Stills Raising 4Ks. I'm on Instagram where I show off new editions and I host group buys. I'm on TikTok where I just show off things that I've been buying or things that people want to see. And I'm on YouTube, and I swear to God, I'm working on videos. I promise.
Harrison, let everyone know where they can find you.
Everyone, I'm Harrison Scullin. You can find me at Really Old Movies on Instagram, as well as on YouTube. And also, I have a podcast called Really Old Movies once a week on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, where I talk about old movies from 1890 to 1965.
All right, so with that said, all right, so let's start it into this Iron Man discussion. First things first, we're going to show you guys the trailer. Of course, we're going to show you some box office numbers, Rotten Tomato scores. We're going to talk about all that. But I just want to know you guys' first initial reaction when you first saw the movie, whether it's in the theater or the first time in Blu-ray. At the time, it was Blu-ray, not 4K, when the movie was out. So, Jody, when you first saw this movie, what was your thought?
When I first saw it, I liked it. But going off of the trailer, I was a lot more pumped for the villain, so that part kind of, it didn't disappoint, but I felt a little let down when I actually saw the film because based on the trailer, I was expecting a pretty badass villain, and I think they definitely could have done a lot more with him for sure. But I mean, it was a fun sequel, I thought.
Okay, Harrison, what did you think of the sequel?
Yeah. See, I was probably 10 or 11 when it came out, so I was pretty young. I was just super excited, didn't really care. So it was interesting watching it again 10 or some odd years later, seeing the differences.
Yeah, I mean, for myself, when we saw this in the theater, I was pumped. I was a big Iron Man fan. I'm not going to lie. I was a big Iron Man fan. And then going down the line, that's where, you know, I lost the funness of the Iron Man. But with this movie, I was with Jody on this. I was really pumped. I was like, yeah, this is cool. But certain things about this movie, even when I saw it back then, I was like, this is not what the trailer showed us. It was a total 360 from what the trailer showed. So with that said, I'm going to play the trailer to see if we were actually right. Between the trailer, did they mindfuck us when we went to the theater and saw it? Because I have a feeling it did. But okay, so with that said, let's check out the trailer to Iron Man 2.
Could we pick up now where we left off? Mr. Stark, please.
Yes, dear.
Could I have your attention?
Absolutely.
Our priority here is to have you turn over the Iron Man weapon to the American people.
Well, you can forget it.
We're safe. America is secure. You want my property? You can't have it. But I did you a big favor.
I have successfully privatized world peace.
We're adjourned for the day. You've been a delight.
Okay, give me a smooch for good luck. I might not make it back.
Go get him, boss.
You complete me?
Oh, it's good to be back.
You come from a family of thieves and butchers. And now, like all guilty men, you try to rewrite your own history. And you forget all the lives the Stark family has destroyed. They will be blood in the water, and the sharks will come.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay. What did I do? I just hit the wrong button. All right. So pretty much. Okay. So this, first of all, they showed the entire movie in that
Pretty
2-minute
much.
trailer. 3-minute
Pretty
trailer.
much, yeah.
We saw
All
the
the good
entire
parts,
movie. I'm kind of shocked with that. We would have clipped it. What's up, Turner fan? He's in the house. All right. So watching the trailer, what did you guys think now? Rewatching the original trailer to this movie, Jody.
I think this was probably the second, maybe the third trailer they
it's
put
the
out.
second one.
I know the teaser trailer really teased the villain a lot more and made him feel like a lot darker. And I think what they were trying to do, I don't know if trick us is the right word, but they were definitely trying to lure us in, because 2 years prior we had Joker and with in the Dark Knight, and they were definitely probably like, hey, you know what? Maybe we should have a little darker villain, because I remember that teaser trailer, that image of zooming up behind him and all the Stark things on the wall, and he's working. It's just his voiceover. It was something different, and which is what I felt when I first saw the trailer and first heard the Joker voice from Heath Ledger. But yeah, you got the movie and you're just like, what? Oh, we Marvelized this. Okay, cool. But but yeah, I mean, with that trailer, even if that was the last trailer they put out before the movie came out, I mean, the only character we didn't get to really know is and I don't know why I'm blanking on his character's name, but the other weapons manufacturer guy.
Hammer.
Yeah, Hammer. I don't know why that just went away, but that's really the only person we really didn't get. We saw a brief image and we knew that Black Widow was coming, but we didn't know how much. But yeah, the trailer itself, like a lot of trailers nowadays, it gave away a lot.
Yeah, Harrison, what did you think of the trailer that just dropped?
Yeah. Well, now I also agree it kind of gave away a lot, but I also was wondering, where's Hammer? Like, he's really the main villain of the movie,
Yeah.
Because when you actually watch it, Whiplash is hardly in it. So it's like they made him seem like a big villain, and they showed one of the two major scenes he uses his suit. So it's like, what is this?
You're absolutely right. It's a very odd way that they decided to cut the trailer, which I kind of understand. You got to put the asses in the seats because that's the whole point of a trailer.
Yeah.
But you're absolutely right. I mean, the villain wasn't even in. Technically, Hammer is the villain in this movie. They didn't show Nick Fury, which is kind of odd because you do see him in the movie, and Agent Coulson, so it's kind of weird too. But yeah, all in all, the trailer did pretty much miraged everybody going, yeah, this is going to be a very epic movie. When it's not really much. Okay, so here we go. Did the trailer affect the box office? Well, look at these numbers, boys. $312 million domestic, $311 international, for a worldwide total of $623 million. So you guys are shocked? Or, I mean, it did more than the first one.
Yeah.
So,
no, that's that. You had to figure, because I mean, the first one was just such a hit.
Yeah.
And by this time, the people that missed it, the first one in the theater, they obviously owned it at home now. So, yeah, you had to expect it to be higher, and these are about right, I think.
Yeah. Harrison, what do you think?
Yeah. It's actually interesting how pretty close domestic and international
Yeah.
are. So it seems across the board, everybody really wanted to see it and paid to see it.
That's how big Tony Stark's was. To be really honest with you, I don't think. I mean, maybe Cap, when we hit the Captain America Winter Soldier, maybe he's like this, but I doubt it. I think it's going to be more domestic overpowering international on those numbers. But yeah, all right. So let's check out what the Rotten Tomatoes guys said. Well, in terms of the critics and audience, even slate again. 72 critics, 71 audience. So it's a fresh movie. So that's a good sign. I think that's a pretty good sign overall. All right, so here we go, guys. Now on the rewatch, you pop that sucker in, whether you watched it on Disney Plus or not. Jody, what did you think of the movie on the rewatch?
I mean, I still had fun with it. I kind of knew what to expect versus the very first time, so I knew I wasn't really let down by anything because I already knew. It all kind of came back to me. Really, nothing really surprised me, or I was like, "Oh, I didn't remember that." I don't know why. It just all stuck in my head. But yeah, I liked them bringing in War Machine. I liked the little introduction of Black Widow. There was a lot of fun stuff in this movie.
Yeah, Harrison, what did you think on the rewatch?
Yeah, I actually liked it a little bit more this time around. But the biggest issue I had, and we'll probably talk about plot later on, was it seemed it was retreading the same ground. Like Tony Stark had to win Pepper's affection, and it just seemed like the same movie, basically.
Yeah, I totally agree. In terms of that, like when I rewatched it today, I was just like, yeah. I was like, okay, it is what it is. In terms of connecting the storyline, it did a great job. Like it did a great job connecting. The first 4 we saw so far, 3 that we saw, it worked. Now you saw it's gonna set up Thor because he goes, I'm going. Agent Coulson says I'm heading to New Mexico, so we already know Thor's in the next movie in 2 weeks from now. But in terms of the movie, I enjoyed it for what it was. I didn't like the villain. I'm gonna be straight up. Whiplash was whack. Like he was just whack.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
I did not like him. But I mean, we could talk about Whiplash since I brought it up. I didn't like Mickey Rourke. I think he's a great actor. They should have utilized him way more in this movie. His Russian accent was mad weird sometimes.
Yeah.
My bird.
That's kind of what I liked about it. That's kind of what I liked. I liked that it was just like, what the fuck is he doing? Like, it's like, and that's why I kind of wanted them to use him more. I don't know. I felt like there was definitely something there, which is what we got in that like first teaser trailer. When you first hear him, you're like, what? And I wanted more from him.
But he didn't sound well in the trailer. He was more menacing, but in the movie, he didn't sound menacing at all. He was like, my bird. Where's my bird?
And they kind of they kind of do the same thing when we get to Iron Man 3 versus the trailer versus the movie.
Yeah.
The trailer, you were like, oh shit, but then when the movie happens, you're like,
no shit.
No.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get to that later.
Yeah, we'll get down the line. That one. But yeah, Whiplash. Yeah, well, Whiplash and Hammer. I liked Hammer. He was funny as hell. Hammer was mad funny. He was like, he goes, can you put your head in this helmet? Okay, put your head in the helmet. Put your head in the helmet. Let's see if you can put your head. You see, Ivan, he can't put his head in the helmet. I thought that was mad funny. Harrison, what did you think of Justin Hammer in this movie?
Yeah, I thought he was a great villain, and honestly, I think he's more believable as a scientist than Whiplash is. To me, he seems more of like the brawn, and then Hammer is the brain, Yeah. I couldn't believe Mickey Rourke as a designer or a programmer or whatever. I had a hard time believing that.
Yeah. That's the same thing because like his father was a genius, but he was a genius in like other ways. Like he was like, he was a scientist genius. He was not a hacker. This dude was a hacker / scientist / engineer. Like he knew everything. And I was like, holy hell. I was like, okay, great. Which, he made a art reactor with gas, which was kind of funny, which I was like, okay. I was like, my man did it in a cave, right? In the first movie. This dude just did it with like scraps in his house, and then he turned on the gas, and I was like, all this shit to do. I was like, okay, great. I was like, fine. I like the Whiplash stuff, the electricity out the whip thing, and I was like,
that was cool.
But it wasn't utilized much. He just kept going Yankee, 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 like he was jump roping, and I was like, okay, cool. But that whole scene in the track, it was, to me, I felt like it was not what's that word? I felt like it didn't belong. Like it just felt kind of weird for me. Like Tony Stark's is in a car racing, which I was like, okay, whatever. His ego, he's gonna do whatever he can do. He's gonna die, whatever.
Yeah.
But it was just one of those things, like, to have him fight Tony Stark's, you're gonna do it in this? Like, I understand it would have been better in like the expo because it's in front of everyone. Remember what he said?
Yeah.
He was like, you know, if you could make God bleed, you know, whatever that whole line was, that would have been 100 times better because he's in front of the world. He makes him bleed in front of everybody, you know,
Right.
and then you could see, maybe you could set up some other villains, like do cameos or something, watching TV, going like, you know, they could do something. But I don't know. To me, it felt kind of weird in that track area. It's like, eh. But yeah, I did like, what's the name? Justin Hammer and Whiplash was. What did you guys think of Scarlett Johansson first time out as Black Widow? What do you think?
Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Whoever wants to go.
And go.
She was good. I think she was better in this movie, honestly, than in other ones. I've always felt that Scarlett Johansson is better side character than a lead character.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. She's always felt like a secondary, never a main character. And yeah, I thought she was good.
Yep, I thought it was good. And yeah, I agree. It's I prefer her as a side character only because I think the character needs to be a little mysterious. I don't need to know a lot. I think that's what I like about it. I mean, when she first she's in the ring with Happy and she just flips and just knocks him down. I thought that was, especially the way that Pepper reacts. She's like, "Oh my god!" Like, I thought that was great.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's, you know, when we finally get to see her as Black Widow, I was like, okay, this paid off pretty good, and it made you want to see her in more, which of course we got. But yeah, I thought she did a great job.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed her a lot in this movie. I mean, she was gorgeous in this movie. I was just like, holy crap. But what was shocking was, I believe they said that she was not the first Black Widow. It was supposed to be Emily Blunt, and then she turned it down, and then it went to Scarlett Johansson. I believe
That
that's
would have been
what it
weird.
was. I think if it was Emily Blunt, I think it would have been a very different character, more serious in the role. But I don't think she would have signed on for like 40 movies.
Probably not.
Emily Blunt is not that type of actress.
No.
She can do anything she wants at this point. But yeah, in terms of Scarlett, I thought she was great in the role. I agree with you. I never thought Scarlett Johansson as a lead. Like, even in her movies that she does by herself, like Lucy, I didn't like it at all. And I'm a big action movie guy, sci-fi action, and I did not enjoy that movie at all. I was like, ugh. And then she did that Ghost in the Shell crap, which I was just like, this is not good. And I was just like, a lot of Marvel actors can't translate well to big screen for some reason. I think they need like each other for some reason. But in terms of her, you're absolutely right. Black Widow, I think, would have been an awesome movie if they led up with a Nick Fury movie that introduced her or had her with him in the movie. Like, as you know, as them working together, like a shadow ops or something. I would have been like, oh, that's pretty cool. But she did great in the movie, so that's the whole point. Rhodey is back with a brand new actor. Don Cheadle is back. He's not back. He's new. Ron Howard played him the first time, and they gave him the boot, and they brought in Don Cheadle, which I thought Don Cheadle he fit. But I want to see what you guys thought about it. What did you think of him as his best friend Rhodey Rhodes?
I thought he picked up the mantle pretty well. I've always just kind of felt when it came with Don Cheadle, the previous actor just was a little more buff. You know, Don Cheadle's kind of a scrawny dude. You know.
Yeah.
And so that's really, I mean, it's kind of, it's not a really big problem, I guess, but it's just kind of, it's the only thing about him being in that character, especially when he finally suits up, is he, you know, his little head looks so weird in this big iron body. But I don't know. That's like my only complaint I've ever had with the actor change is like, I feel like the previous actor was a little more buff. Yeah. He would have filled out things a little better. Don Cheadle is always he's just this scrappy looking dude, you know, but I mean, it's cool. He does a great job.
Yeah. Harrison.
Yeah, no, I agree. He's kind of a scrawny dude, but I guess he's Air Force, right? No.
Yeah.
But I really like him. I think he has better acting chops than Terrence Howard, at least in these movies. I haven't seen him in anything else. So further down the road, I think he gets better. This, I kind of feel like he's just trying to figure out the role. I don't think he really knew what to do with it yet.
Yeah.
But I like seeing him in the suit. That was cool. Like,
Oh
seeing
yeah,
him
for
fight-
sure.
Yeah.
That was really cool.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think he was pretty much learning this character. Because it's a brand new character. Because he does get way better. Their chemistry gets way better down the movies. Ron Howard is an excellent actor. I just think he's the wrong actor for this type of movie. He's a more serious actor. So if it was more of a serious movie role, I think he would have knocked it more out the park. He did great in the first Iron Man. The first Iron Man movie is mad serious compared to what we got in this one. It was a total 360 in terms of the filming on Iron Man 2 to 1. It was totally different tone change and everything. So I like that. So what do you guys thought of Nick Fury and Agent Coulson coming in to help out Iron Man in the film?
It's always good to see them. So I was happy to keep that train rolling of connecting to where, if we finally build up to where we get to. But yeah, I thought, it's always good to see them in there.
Yeah. Harrison?
Yeah, I like seeing them again. And I always wish that we had like a TV show or something with them together just on their misadventures. Like, Tango and Cash, something like that.
Phil and Fury. Yeah.
Yep.
No, I agree. I enjoyed them too in the film. I mean, it was a very brief cameo, and the reason why we can talk about it now. Iron Man is suffering from palladium or whatever. I hope I said it right. Palladium or something like that. Some chemical thing from his art reactor is killing him, and he tried every element known to man. And guess what? Papa Stark comes from the future and tells him in a reel that he is the future. What did you guys think of that whole side plot of him dying?
I like that. I liked the, watching the video and just basically having a father-son moment that he was not seeing coming at all. And I didn't see that coming either. And it worked great.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it did wonders on that scene. Harrison?
I really liked it too. I mean, in movies, you always need kind of the wise old man, and I really liked how they kind of cleverly inserted that into it.
Well, what was cool is that leading up to that, he was telling Fury that, my dad never gave a shit about me. Like, he never talked to me, treated it. And he's like, wait a minute, dude. He goes, like, I know your dad, and you were like his number one. And he didn't believe it until he saw the video. And I liked it because what I think for me, what was very touching is that he opened up his monologue saying his name, like Tony. Yeah. Like he was talking directly to his son. Yeah. Like, and I thought that was really awesome. Like, and it was cool because he was distracted until his father called him out. He was just like, oh, like my father did care about me. And then all of a sudden he's like, I'm going to put this shit together and stuff. So I thought it was actually a really cool moment in the movie. We had a lot of action scenes throughout the entire movie. So what action scenes did you guys think were the standout in Iron Man 2? Jody?
When I first saw the movie, I liked the NASCAR scene better than I did this time around. This time around, I kind of felt like you. It's kind of like there could have been a better spot. This was really just to show off. This was to show off the bad guy's suit that we didn't really get very much after, and it was to show off his iron suit that he busted out of a briefcase.
Yes.
Yes. And that was really the only point of it. So I mean, but I'll always like toward the end when him and Rhodey are just back to back, just blowing shit away. I think that's probably like the scene out of the whole movie.
Harrison?
No, I agree with that wholeheartedly. I love the drones flying in, they're shooting at them. The moment where was it Rhodey's mask didn't work or something? They had to fight blind. Like that was awesome.
Yeah. I mean, there was a lot of scenes in this movie. I thought Black Widow scene was actually really good too. When she goes in and she fights all those dudes. I like it because it became like the iconic her doing her moves in like almost all the movies. I enjoyed it. I thought it was really good. I agree. I think the best part is the ending when they in that pond, the water pond, and they just all start coming down. And my favorite scene is when he goes, Rhodey, duck. And he does the whole, he goes, how about you leave with that next time? He goes, sorry, man. This is a one-time deal. He just pops him out. I was just like, that scene was actually really, it was really cool. Now, let's get to the fight. Because the fight with the boss, right? Whiplash comes back again. He has a better suit, a better whiplash lash thingy when get jiggy. It's a longer this time. It looked kind of like a LED reel attached to his. It looked kind of funny, but CGI didn't look as well when he took off the mask, and then you saw his head on the. Did not look good. But what did you guys think of that fight?
Yeah, it's just it didn't do it for me. I mean, that's kind of where more often than not, when you get Marvel movies, you know, the bad guys are either awesome or just eh. And then when you get to the final battle, you're just like, okay, that was easy. All that build up, okay. And it happens a lot more than not. I mean, I think that's why everybody was so excited for Thanos, honestly. but yeah, it was. I mean, it was. Yeah. I mean, it was fun, but
yeah. I mean, I agree. Harrison, what did you think of the fight?
Yeah. No, they overtook him way too easily. I think it was a lame fight, honestly. Wish it was more intense, but there were like no stakes at all with it.
I agree with. I thought it was a piece of crap. I was like, it cannot get any worse than him fighting. At least Jeff Bridges threw some blows in. I mean, this dude had he had whips, electricity whips, and all he did was just wrap his whip around these two, and all they did was just shoot at each other to dismantle him. I was like, this is some like video game bullshit. Like when you put it on easy just to beat him. Like I did not like it at all. I just like, this was whack. Like I would have just went with the whole he disappeared and come back later down the line. He just escaped, and I would have been like, that was 100 times better, because the throne, it kind of, for me, it took away from the androids, them fighting the androids, because it was like they did this whole epic fight. They're flying through everywhere. They're blowing shit up, people's cars, which I was like, what the hell are they doing? And then they land, and then they fight this doofus for 2 minutes. And it was just like, oh, come on. Like, this was... And then he had to fly back because there was bombs attached to it. So I was like, even worse. I was like, jeez. So, yeah, it's just one of those things that it was just... I just didn't work for me. It was that boss fight. And I think you're right, Jody. I think so far... Whiplash is kind of the weakest link in terms of the villains. I mean, Jeff Bridges did better stuff so far out of the movies that we did. I mean, we got Abomination, which was good. We had Jeff Bridges. He was good. I'm trying to think. Oh, and then Red Skull, amazing, because we saw the first movie. Right. And then the Skulls, right? No, it was the dude from Captain Marvel. I don't know who the hell. Jude Law's people. They were decent. The Creed.
The twist. It was the twist.
The twist. That was a little lame, but it was okay. And then it comes Whiplash, which he's just crap. It was just like, oh man, because they don't bring him back. So it's just like, I mean, he did die. I forgot he died, but
yeah,
I don't know. To me, it was just so weak and so lame. But yeah, in terms of a nutshell. In overall, what would be your score for Iron Man 2?
Oh, I forgot how we do. Do we do 5. Do we do out of 5?
Yeah.
It's been way too long, guys.
I know, too.
I mean, just for the fun factor of it, I think it justifies like a 4, I guess. I was thinking 3.5 just because of all the letdowns, especially with the bad guy. But it's still a fun movie, you know. I still have fun with it.
Okay.
And that's what a lot of these Marvel movies are about, just having fun with them. So I mean, I feel pretty good at a 4.
All right, Harrison, what would you give it?
I actually gave it a 3.5. Funny enough.
I was right there.
You were so close. You were so close.
Yeah. But to me, the villains were definitely the weakest link and really brought it down. And also, I didn't like that we were retreading ground with Tony Stark. So, like, I gave the directing, because I had a directing too. I gave it a 2.5 out of 5. And I thought they were kind of lazy not doing anything new or different with it. So yeah, that's why I gave it 3.5.
I gave it a 3. I thought it was good. The villains were bad. I just did not like the villain. I like Justin Hammer. I just did not like Whiplash. Certain I did not like the fight at the end, so it brought some points down. Certain subplots in the movie, I was just like, like him fighting with the Capitol. I was like, it was cool. I was like, you can see how he's a douche and say I'm not giving it away. But then Rhodey just came to the dude's house and beat his ass and took his thing. So I was like, really? And I think that's what really really me, because it was like, if you really wanted to take the guy's suit, to me, it should have been in a way that it would have been really hard to get his suit. Like it should have been hard for Rhodey to get, not him being drunk at a party and then he goes, oh hell with this, and he goes downstairs and puts the code, because then it's like anyone could have just hacked his code and went to the basement, and Jarvis would have just said, okay sir, put it on, and there's no safety. Like, it was just like, he has access to everything because he's his best friend. Pepper Potts has access to everything, so anyone could manipulate his codes and would have went down there and just grabbed it. Like, to me, it should have been way harder for him to grab it, except for him to being drunk. To me, that was like the lamest thing. That whole party, him being drunk, was so lame. It was just so lame. Yeah. I didn't like the fight. Yeah, it didn't. I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think of the fight between him and War Machine?
Yeah, it could have. It should have been a lot better. Yeah, I could have done without breakdancing Iron Man. You know, I could have done without that. You know, I kind of compared it to the terrible dance scene in like Spider-Man 3 with Tobey Maguire. You know, when he goes emo. You know, it's just kind of like the same. Like, I don't want to see that. You know, I don't need to see that.
No, I mean, if they were gonna go down that whole, because I believe, Harrison reads the comics, so he could go telling me right or wrong. Didn't he have a storyline in the comic books that he's an alcoholic and it affected him being Iron Man?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, he did. What was it called? I can't remember, but there's like a famous picture of him holding a bottle in the Iron Man suit. Then Rhodey takes over for a while.
They should have did that. They should have did that. And then Rhodey gets accustomed to it and goes, dude, I am not giving you this back. It's like, I'm just not. That could have been a cool arc to go right into Iron Man 3. Like, he's in Palladium. He's drunk out his ass because he thinks he's dying. I would have been like, you know what? This is cool. But no, they had a party. He's doing the Gallagher and shooting shit, which I'm like, yo, this dude is shooting glass with people around. They could have got shit in their eyes, man. I would have been.
This is a hazard.
Mad hazard. But yeah. So overall, I gave it a 3. You gave it a 3.5, Harrison. And then Jody went with a 4. So we went down the line in terms of the scoring of this film. Now, again, it's not a bad movie. It's a good film. It's not the worst out of the 3. But we got more to go in the Iron Man series. It's not. All right, so let's show off our collection. Now, Harrison does not own this movie, so he asked me if he could show off some other stuff. You can show off comic books, anything Iron Man.
Yeah,
that's the whole point of
anything.
that section. Yeah, so that's the whole point of that. Everyone out there, if you guys are watching us live, thank you so much. Put your scores down. What did you think of Iron Man 2? You got questions? Leave them there, and we'll answer it as soon as possible. Jay Manley says Terrence Howard is a good actor, but I don't think he could have filled the suit. Nope. Yeah, I don't know. Everyone agrees with that one. All right, so here we go. All right, Jody, I'm going to let you go first because you said you have 2 things. Shit. So I want to see what you got. Show me what you got.
Actually, you know what? I was waiting for an edition of the first Iron Man, the last show we did, and it arrived. So
show it off. Yeah, show it off.
I'm on a show. We're gonna go backwards a little bit.
Okay.
Do I get full screen or do I need to squeeze it in here? Here we go.
Sorry. Here we go.
Oh, that's cool.
Bloop.
I finally got the Mondo, which this finishes off my Mondo Marvel of the first Iron Man.
I like
that.
And
the only thing I don't like about these Mondos is that the J card is just stuck. But if you try to take that off, those little sticky things leave the worst residue on this plastic. So I just stopped doing it. I leave it on there. So you can see that there is some Iron Man that goes with the back.
Okay.
If I were to take that J card off, but that residue just does not come off. And then when you bust out the inside, they basically just zoomed in on the suit from the cover. But I love the art on the discs. They did a good job with that one.
I like that.
Yeah, I was hoping to have that. This was the last Mondo I needed to finish it. So to stick with the Mondo, here is the Mondo for Iron Man 2.
Oh, now that is
See if I can
hot.
get the light there.
Joker.
There it is. That
Love
was
it.
terrifying. Okay.
Yeah,
And you can see. Luckily, there's nothing on the back of that J-Carb. There's the back image.
Oh, look at that.
You get some of the androids. And then I thought the inside of this was cool. I like how. Let me take the discs out so you can kind of get the full effect. But I love the brightness of this artwork. It's really Mondo did a really good job of this. And I hate all that glare. I apologize. But both those have got the 4K and the Blu-ray inside of it. And then I also have the Xavi Lenticular edition. It is Blu-ray only, I believe. Was this one 3D? No, this is just Blu-ray. So this has got the lenticular magnet of the same picture.
Okay.
You can just
like
just slap that. I love these. I got the whole series that they did, and you got War Machine on the back.
That looks badass.
So it's kind of a cool when you open it up like that.
I like that.
And then the inside, you just got like a flying Iron Man. But yeah, I love these Xavi lenticulars. Most of them were just Blu-ray. Some of them were Blu-ray and 3D Blu-ray. So that's a pretty cool bonus if you're into that stuff. But yeah, definitely recommend finding the Xavi lenticulars MCU if you can.
That looks good. Okay. Dang, you brought the heat on that one. I love Mondo stuff, man. You brought the heat. Heat. Okay.
I was gonna stay away from those Mondos, man, because I had the entire MCU and the Xavi lenticulars. I was like, there's no need. But then they put out that second wave, and it just looked awesome. And I was able to get the first wave minus the first Iron Man, and I was finally able to snag it. So I'm caught up, but I still hate myself for the fact that I'm getting.
Yeah,
those.
I just brought Captain America. What did I brought? Captain America 2, Thor, Ant-Man, both Guardians.
Yeah, the Guardians ones look great.
Yeah, and then I was just like, you know what? I was like, I can't. Those shits are way too expensive. I was like, and I don't own, like, the thing is, I don't own the Marvels on 4K. So for me, I was like, oh, but then when I found out all these damn movies are coming out with Atmos on the digital,
yeah,
I was like, then why am I spending this much money if the disc doesn't even come with that higher resolution and better sound? So I got frustrated, and I was just like, but anyway, okay, here goes my stuff. I'm gonna show you my stuff here. Now, I might have you beat on one of these. I don't know. I might have you beat. All right, here we go. This is the usual one that they came out with the print, right? It looks okay. Yeah, it's not better than your Mondos, I'll tell you that. It does not look like it, but let me... Yeah, they did. I mean, I agree. Look at that. It looks nice. It looks nice. I just got to hide my face because although... Okay, so that's that one. Okay, now this is the one. I thought you were going to whip this one out, but I went, Jody doesn't have this one. So I was like, which one is it? Which one is it? Which one is it? It's a Target exclusive, and it's only 30,000 of these made, okay? Oh, this one, when you see it, you're going to go, man, I want it so bad. Like I want it so bad. Here we go. Oh, yeah. I saw this one, right? And I was like, oh my God. I ran out to Target. Because like I said, I was a big Iron Man dude. So I was like, oh my God. And then what sold me? Yeah. See, 30,000. So mine's is 8,808. Mad eights. But look at this. Oh my God. This is where I went nuts. Because I was like, yo, I had to get this. And it was the inside. No. This is where I thought it was really sexy. You ready? It came with the Hall of Armor. Yeah. Now, it has this sticker thing, and I'm not pulling that shit out because it is so hard to take out that residue from those freaking bastards. I was like, why? I mean, my wife was like, you could use alcohol, but I was like, no, you don't use alcohol for that stuff. Yeah. The googly goo goo. So, and then I have the J card. Of course, I always have the original stuff. So You have to. You have to keep them stuff.
Put it inside. You
Yeah,
don't
don't
get
be
rid of
lazy,
it.
bro. Don't be lazy. You have to keep the shit, bro. But yeah, especially because I have a program that I scan my movies.
Yeah,
And it
I
keeps
do
it all.
too.
And I was like, I need my barcodes, bro.
Yeah,
I can't
gotta have
throw
'em.
these shits out. But yeah, all right, Harrison. It's all up to you. You're on the other side of the coin when it comes to the collecting. What do you got here?
Yeah. I can't remember which ones I showed last time, so if there's some repeats, sorry about that.
Okay.
But got this one here with Iron Man and Sunfire of the X-Men.
Oh.
Issue number 98. And then number 99 with, who is this? I'm not sure who that. Oh, Doomsday. Or no, Mandarin. It's the Mandarin on it.
Oh, Mandarin. Okay.
Now, I don't have number 100 because that's like $400, but I have 101 with this wolf guy. Oh, Monster of Frankenstein. There you go.
Oh. Iron Man meets the House of Horrors.
And then, funny enough, I actually do have Iron Man 2, but it's on my phone here.
Hey, that counts.
Google.
It counts. There you go.
Yep.
It counts. Digital counts.
Got a nice cover and everything. No.
Yeah. At least your covers changes with the season.
Yeah.
Ours
Right,
don't.
exactly.
Yeah, the Apple. You have Apple, right? Harrison?
Well, these are actually on Google because my wife used to have a Google account, so we have all the Marvel movies on there.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
okay. Because
nice.
I know Apple changes whenever like a new movie design come out. They all change all 40 or 20, whatever. Has like the new logos and stuff.
Nah, it's
I was-
crazy.
Yeah, but you get it for free. It's not like you buy it. Like it just changes the cover. So like if you like a cover, it's not like you could keep it because they changed the shit. You're like, damn. Like
You gotta screenshot that shit.
You got to screenshot.
Make an
And then pull
NFT
it
out of
up
it.
when you want to see
Yeah.
it. Oh my god, that is mad funny. Robert makes the cut. Hey, what's up, Rob? He says I have the Iron Man helmet. Yeah, I had the Iron Man helmet too. That was the first one that came out of the set. But yeah, that was another Target exclusive, I believe. The helmet. Target was big on those collector's edition, from what I remember at the time. I don't know now. Now everyone has their own exclusives all over the world. So with that said, yeah, this one's numbered. And I was like, yo, this thing is awesome. I didn't want to get rid of it. I was like, and I like the lenticular, man.
Yeah.
It's
Always
not
love
like the
that.
Batman v Superman one that you sent me. That one I think is the best lenticular I think I've ever
great.
seen.
Yeah.
It's the best one I think
was
I've ever
crazy.
seen. I was going like this for hours, like a cat. I was like, this thing is so crazy. I was just staying there for hours, just looking over and over again. And I was like, wow, the lenticulars are cool, but I think it's like the more, I think you have to find the right ones to drop the money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
one that you put up, I was just like, oh, it was just no questions asked. I was like, it's like 4 things in one. I was like, hell, yeah. I was like, that is awesome. Harrison, you don't have no lenticular cover film, right?
I think I might have some. I'll have to check. I don't think.
Oh
so.
no, you don't have to run. It's not that type of shot for lenticular. I was just asking.
Okay.
Show us now.
Show us go now. Get it. No.
Start the timer.
All right, guys. So next thing, 2 weeks from now, because next week is of course Inside the Collector's Cave. After that, we're gonna do Thor. Now, it's another brand new character coming into the timeline. Now we have the son of Odin coming into the timeline. So yeah, that's 2 weeks from now. That's gonna be actually really fun. I haven't seen Thor 1 in a long time.
It has
So-
been a while.
Yeah. Well, the cool thing is, I'm holding out to see Love and Thunder here. So when I get to
Oh,
Love
I
and Thunder, it's
cannot
gonna be my
wait.
first reaction. Yeah, it's gonna be Love and Thunder. So for our live stream, it's gonna be Love and Thunder, Eternals. I never seen.
I still haven't seen that.
Yeah, so there's gonna be two fresh first time watches into that one. I forgot the other movies. I think that's pretty much it. Love and Thunder is the last one, right?
Yeah,
I
it's
saw
most recent.
Shang-Chi.
That's
Yeah, I
the
saw
most recent
Shang-Chi,
one.
but I seen that once, and I don't even remember it. So that even
I
tells you.
still haven't watched that.
So then
That's
there's
bad.
two movies there. So yeah, there we go. So even better. So so we're gonna have some first time watches for you guys coming down the line. Harrison, again, thank you so much for joining in tonight
of
and showing
course.
off your comics and stuff. We're gonna see you again, I think after Thor.
I think it's
Oh my
after.
I
Avengers.
believe. Is it
Or
Avengers?
before Avengers. Yeah.
Yeah. Iron Man 3 is the first one after the first Avengers movie. Because
Oh,
he's
so
going
then
through
Thor-
it. He's going through his whole but we'll see you for Avengers.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
see you
I'll
for
see-
Avengers. So pretty much we see you
Yeah.
after Thor. So you, Nate, Sebastian will be coming back for the Avengers movie. Yeah, for that one. Yep. And then we got to figure out who's Thor. We're going to have to put out a list out there and go, who wants to be
jeez.
Thor?
Was the first Thor the last we got before Avengers, or is there another
think
captain?
So I think it's Thor and then Avengers.
The way we're doing this timeline still confuses the hell out of me.
I know.
So
I
I'm
gotta-
trying to remember.
Yeah,
You might be right.
I think it's Thor, and then comes the other one. I don't have Disney Plus on my. Oh no, wait, hold on, I think I do. Hold on. You know what's cool about Disney Plus? Now you can watch the movies with your friends on Apple. Did
Yeah.
you know
Oh
that?
yeah.
Yeah. So like, if let's say you want to go, hey dude, you want to watch Iron Man 3 or whatever? I go, yeah, sure. You send me the link, and me and you are watching it together. Like you press play and we watching it.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. So I was just like, oh, that's cool. Why the hell is my kid's thing on my phone? Oh my god. All right, anyway, let's go Marvel.
Yeah, it's really
Yeah.
cool to put it in chronological order on there on Disney Plus now.
Yeah, they put it there.
Yeah, after Thor is Avengers. Thor was 2011, Avengers 2012.
Yes. Okay, now I switched it. I was like, what? My son was on my phone. Okay, so here we go. So that's the timeline. So yeah, Thor, then Avengers. So actually, that's gonna be actually really fun. You know what? That's 4K D-Ray. Hey Derek, I know you're here. What's up? Do you want to be Thor? Do you want to be on the show next week for Thor? Do you want to handle the Thor movies?
You have to wear the helmet and bring a hammer.
And a goblet of beer.
All we ask.
Yes. All we ask, you dress up. Then it's Thor. Oh, then it's Thor back again with. I'll give you the timeline now. It's the Dark World right after. Then Iron Man 3. Then Captain America: Winter Soldier. Yeah. Shit. Then Guardians of the Galaxy. Then Volume 2. Then comes Age of Ultron, which everyone comes back for the Avengers. Ant-Man, Civil War, Black Widow, Black Panther, Doctor Strange, Ragnarok, Ant-Man and Wasp, Infinity War, Endgame. So that's back-to-back. Everyone is back. And then Shang-Chi, Eternals, Doctor Strange, and the multi-madness of the whatever world. And then Love and Thunder, Thor. That's the last one. So there we have it. So all right. So 4K D-Ray, I'll send you a DM and see if you want to be our next guest, and you get to rock the Thor. You get to watch the Thor movies and hang out with us. Other than that, Robert, if you want to join in too, just look at one of the list people, and I'm not gonna go going crazy looking for people. If you guys want to pick a character, just show off your stuff. We'll have fun with that. But other than that, Harrison, thank you so much for joining in. Like I said before,
Indeed.
it was great having you here. We're gonna see you in a couple of movies down the line. You're gonna be here a lot. Just you're gonna be here a lot. Just you're gonna be. Are you watching the timeline? Like,
I actually just finished it like a week ago.
whoa,
Nice.
okay. Yeah, I'm watching it movie per movie so I can have it fresh in my mind. I can't skip going because then it'll be really hard to think of the timeline. Thor, yeah, I can't wait to see Thor. I don't know why. I think that's my favorite one, to be honest with you, because I felt like it was different from the other ones from what I remember. I know Ragnarok is the one everyone loves because it's comedy and all the jazz. But I remember this one's more like a serious Shakespearean type of movie. And he had that horrible voice, but I can't wait to rewatch that. Yeah. All right, Harrison, plug in your stuff. Let's do that.
Yeah, of course. So Harrison Scullin from Really Old Movies. Make sure to follow me on Instagram and on YouTube, where I post videos about different things about the old Hollywood era. And I also have a weekly podcast called Really Old Movies, where I talk about movies from 1890 to 1965. That's on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Podbean, wherever you can find it.
All right. You know what to do, Jody. I know you hate me. Here we go.
Yeah. All right. Stills Raising 4Ks. Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. I'm doing my best on all those guys. I'm all over Instagram. If you ever need to get a hold of me, just always go to Instagram. I'm slacking on the other two, but I'm still there, I promise. But yeah, you'll be seeing a lot more of me there soon.
I'm not on TikTok. I have an account, but I didn't even try it. I was like, this is way too much for me right now. Too much TikTok, and I can't talk. That's not for me. But yeah, other than that, if you want to follow the channel, head over to Instagram, Geeks and Flicks there, where I put up some photos here and there. Not every day I don't post, but I post as much as I could. Twitter, you get our handle is again Geeks and Flicks, where I post here and there a lot more there because it's easy for me. And I'm big into the gaming, so it's easier for me to do the content throughout there. Other than that, this Monday, we have another show coming in. This Monday, we are tackling... Oh, man, please say it right. I know I have it here. This is so bad. I'm going to have to write all my stuff like in the TV shows. Top 5 horror movies. Horror villains. That's this Monday. 4K Lowdown. David is going to be joining the show. So it's going to be horror villains, top 5. So that's actually the theme for this Monday. Setting up the entire show for the Halloween. For the whole month, this entire show is going to be entire Halloween. Not this show, CineFiles, but the live shows on Monday are going to be horror theme and everything. Other than that, again, you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel, hit the like buttons, hit those notification bells so every time videos drop, you guys be notified. Till then, thank you so much, Jody. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Harrison.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you.
Other than that, enjoy the outro to this episode.
Ooh, can't wait.